Okay. When you're talking about a podcast,
Yes.
and you're talking about listenership and sponsorship and things like that, just a little side note before we dive into this, the Wisdom of the Teabag series that we're continuing,
Yeah.
which people love.
People are really liking this, Chris.
Yeah, I think it's fun too. It makes me think a lot. I love
Likewise.
how you and I can just dive into pretty much any conversation.
Indeed.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And listeners like that too.
Good. Well, so you're such a master of this stuff, you know. Yes, production and what people want to hear and how to get it out there. And one thing that I don't understand is how do you obtain sponsorships? You know, so we've been doing the Yogi tea bags for a long time. I doubt Yogi's heard us yet, but they
Yogi?
should. So
They
what do you
should.
do?
So we can email them. We can definitely tag their social media accounts whenever we drop a podcast or put something on our social media platforms. I mean, we can call them directly. I mean, there's a lot of different ways we can do it, but we can definitely assist the process by utilizing their words of wisdom and and utilizing them in our content.
And so if somebody's recording their own podcast, a different content, whatever they have, if a business or a person aligns with them, you would recommend just reaching out directly and saying, hey, I've done this, we've been doing this, check it out, what do you think? Kind of
Yeah.
just that grassroots, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like a demo in the voiceover world. When people go to my website, it's timothync.com. When people go to my website, under my logo are my demo reels, right? So they can click on them, hear them right there because that's what they're there for.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like in the same light there. Tag them, send them a link to a podcast or whatnot in an email. Like, hey, we've been utilizing your words of wisdom for our podcast, and our listeners are really liking this. Maybe you will too. Here's a link. Boom.
Oh, I love that. That seems so simple. I feel like we've complicated things so much that the simple just smacks you in the face sometimes.
I would say that's one of the things about artificial intelligence too.
Yeah?
It encapsulates the obvious and gives it to you.
That's true,
You know what I mean?
Tim. That is so true.
It encapsulates the obvious and it gives it to you. Like, oh, well, I knew that. But thanks, ChatGPT. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Do you think that there's a little push towards simplicity that's happening for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to see people more and more on social media platforms. They're wanting what's real. There are all these software companies and stuff making these artificial intelligent templates where people can just text the video, text the photo, and text the image. I see from my eyes, it seems like it's going to be somewhat of a saturation of the same stuff.
Yes.
Because if everybody's using the same thing, right, it's going to overlap eventually. So if you're organic with your content, organic with your videos, your pictures, especially with what you're saying and how you're saying it, as it being uniquely your own, I think you're going to stand out going forward. Because how we are as human beings, what we don't understand, we tend to stay away from. A lot of people don't necessarily understand artificial intelligence, and there's levels to it. Like you have artificial intelligence in terms of your vehicles, in terms of creating content, looking up information, creating images. I mean, there's a slew of things when it comes to AI, but the more you understand it, the better equipped you'll be to utilize it, and at the same time you'll be able to see it coming. Because some people are using artificial intelligence to scam people, right? The phone calls, the emails, and stuff like that. Click this link. Click. Oh, we see your account is blah 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 blah. Be careful about that. So yeah. I'm sorry, I went off on the tangent.
No,
there,
actually, I like this. It's making me think about something, so we'll maybe take a pause on the tea bag for a second.
That's cool.
But I was thinking about this. You and I both have we both have degrees in health, and we were both personal trainers.
Right.
And so I think that you and I have a pretty knowledgeable base on what it takes to stay in shape, to stay healthy. Yes. I mean, we fight the fight too,
sure.
Especially as we're aging. It's not as easy as it once was. I could really go into this and get everyone depressed, but I won't. I know. Well, so it makes me think about the hot word of the health world right now, which is the GLP drugs, GLP-1 drugs. And I was thinking about something because apparently, they're very beneficial for some people. Sure. So I'm not ever going to say, We can't say do it or not do it, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
But one thing that I'm seeing is that a lot of people are getting on that train. And people that are taking those have a certain look about them. Their faces look similar. Their bodies are looking similar. And I'm thinking what you're saying about AI, about there's a lot of the same thing coming out. I almost feel that our personal appearances are going to be affected by these GLP-1s in such a slew of the onset of the popularity of this, that people are going to take them. People are going to not love the look that everyone else is getting. And then I have a feeling that more normal body types are going to be becoming more and more desirable after this little trend. I think it's really interesting.
I agree.
And women are great at pioneering this whole thing, because women will do lip fillers, women will do Botox, women will do face, and men will too. But and there's nothing wrong with that stuff.
No.
But when you start looking like everyone else and your uniqueness starts to fade, then all of a sudden you're losing exactly what makes you beautiful. Is you. It's not what everybody else is. And I think if AI is going to do that to our digital content, some of these drugs and beauty treatments that we have access to are going to start doing that to our appearance. And I think where we started, I said, is there a shift towards simplicity? I think with all of this kind of ramping up, there will be a deflation of people engaging in these behaviors because they want to be different. We've always wanted to be different.
Right.
And I think that's happening.
We're genetically made to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because where you come from is, unless you're, what is that, monozygote?
Yeah.
Zygote or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you have an identical twin, even then in some circumstances, uniqueness is innate in each of us. Nail on the head, Kristen. I definitely want to see people being more aligned with being organic, being themselves, which hopefully will transition to them loving themselves more.
Yeah.
Which will transition to people treating each other better.
Oh, Tim.
You know what I mean? So it's
yes.
Hopefully that's the case. But yeah, I think the saturation of everybody looking the same.
Looking the same, driving the same, social media-ing the same, websiting the same, tennis shoes the same. I mean, absolutely. Individuality is so much more beautiful than trying to keep up with how society is driving things.
Absolutely.
And I honestly think that whatever the generation is after the millennials, I think they're the ones that are going to pick up on, after the millennials. Yeah. They're the ones that are going to be like driving the unique train, the individuality. And if any Gen Zers are hearing this, go hard, guys.
Absolutely.
Like, we're behind you. Lead the charge. Do it. Be yourself. What else are you if you're not yourself?
Facts. Facts. Absolutely.
Well, I guess on our next episode, we'll do a teabag, huh?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Yogi.
All right.
Be on the lookout for an email. The HB Studio Podcast is brought to you by the historic Roy Hill in Clemens, North Carolina. The opinions and thoughts presented on this podcast are that of Kristen, Tim, and their guests alone. Our goal is to bring positive motivation through real-life experiences and training as business professionals. Thank you for listening.